Hi guys, it's Minx here. Welcome back to Corpse Party Blood Drive. We are now going to play Chapter 4. Oh, I just noticed there's extra chapter. Let's play extra chapter first, shall we, and see what the fuck it is. Oh, there's a bunch of them. Okay, well I guess this is probably where we should start, and I don't know what these are, but let's play one of these. Should have been paying more attention to the extra chapters appearing, I feel. Whoops. So we're playing as Morishige. Ugh. So cold. Ugh. My entire body hurts. That's right, I couldn't move a muscle in my body. It's as if I were paralyzed. I tried to focus my strength into my arms to wake them up, but... Gah! My left arm seems to be broken. The areas in the most pain are my left arm and the left side of my head. My shoulder seems to have taken some of the brunt as well. Is this Morishige after he was thrown out the window in the first game? I lay on my stomach and turn my neck, the one muscle still mobile for me, to see my immediate environment full of broken branches and crushed leaves. Oh, looks like I got caught in some branches and... Haha! So he didn't die from the fall? My ribs may be broken as well. What an ungraceful sight I must be, and utterly helpless to boot. I mustn't allow Mayu to see me in such a state. Mayu. Please, don't look at me. Stop staring at my insides. Shig, please. This is fucked up, by the way. So, we're playing as the guy who died in the first game. The mournful voice playing over my phone, so clearly Mayu's. I just couldn't get the sound of it out of my ears. It haunted my every thought and shook me to my core. Sorrow and anger, hatred and remorse. My head was flooded with wave upon wave of emotion. I'd allowed my own morbid curiosity to get the better of me, using it as justification to disrespect or even desecrate the corpses of countless unfortunate victims in this school. What a beautiful specimen. She sparkles so perfectly in the dim light, innards ripe with red hue that belies the finality of their situation, appearing passionate and alive. And her intestines are so thin and twisted. Are you embarrassed to show me what lies beneath your skin, my nameless angel? Ha! I shall reserve this perfection on my phone for all eternity, for you are truly so unsightly I can't help but gaze upon you. One corpse more than any other caught my eye, however, and this one wasn't just some nameless person I'd never known in life, as I initially assumed. She was a friend whom I cherished as I would a sister. She was the light that kept me moving forward in this dark space. She was Maya Suzumoto, but now she was a stain. Her light had been snuffed out, leaving only darkness in my heart. Mayu. Mayu! I'm sorry, Mayu. I was... I cried with every last bit of my soul, penetrating the ugliness of my own physical form as I lay there, bruised and broken and covered in my own vomit. The pungent stench of bile filled my nose. Mayu. Mayu! The tears kept streaming. I was sobbing so hard and through possibly broken ribs no less that my airways had backed up, causing me to break out in bits of coughing. So he survived the fall. A sudden gust of wind shook the leaves of the trees around me, chilling my body and soul and filling my ears with the sound of rustling leaves. My head hurts. I feel sick. Ha! I had to move. I knew that if it didn't, I would wither and die here, besmirched by my blood and the contents of my own stomach. I attempted to stand, but pain was disheartening. Blast it! I balanced myself on my right arm, and with excruciating effort was able to forcefully climb back to my feet. I put my hand on the nearest tree, using it to crutch which to support my weight, as I relearned the mere art of remaining upright under these new physical restrictions. Glancing back towards the school, I noticed a rusty tub next to the wall. It was full of water from the near constant rain. Every step I took brought with it a new, more intense pain, but I took these steps nonetheless, approaching the tub slowly and methodically. That sounds painful as fuck. Even if you are a bit of a necrophiliac. I squatted in front of it and pulled my face close to the water's surface. Cupping some rainwater in my right hand, I splashed my face, attempting to wash up as best I could. You looks alright for someone who just fell out a fucking window. Another gust of wind shook the tree branches, but this time was brought with it a gift. A large plastic bag which somehow found its way to my foot, and got caught itself thereupon. I stared at it for a moment, pondering what paltry favour fate had brought me, but ultimately chose to keep it on my person as I painstakingly made my way back to the school building. This is like the perspective you get in the second game. It's like a first person. I entered through the connecting corridor between the main building and its annex, and resumed my wanderings through the dark, empty halls. The only sound I could hear was that of my own footfalls. From whence does this foul odour emanate, if not from all corners of this place? And just how many living, breathing human beings remain within its walls? Machida, Kishinuma, Nakashima, Shinohara, the class rep, Miss Yui, and Machida's sister. I haven't seen any of them for quite a time now. Have they all perished? Am I the sole survivor? It is an unreasonable proposition. Surviving in a place like this requires no small amount of determination. I peered into a random classroom through its broken door, and the first thing I saw was a hefty stack of corpses, each wearing a sailor-style school uniform. Bodies here as well? I don't recall them from before. Strewn odd space this is, devoid of day and night alike. It's as if time has stopped, though it clearly hasn't. Corpses decompose here as anywhere else, eventually turning to bone. This truly is a wretched place. Perhaps I'll be among the rotting masses tomorrow. As I walked along the old run-down halls, a scent not unlike rusted steel began to grace my nose, growing stronger and stronger as I approached my destination. And then, there I was, the point where the hall formed an S-shape. And there it was, an unmatched sight that would already turn an ordinary man's stomach. Fortunately mine had already been turned, twisted and thoroughly emptied, freeing me to enjoy the view. Sorry I'm late. I've come to pick you up, Mayu. I knelt before the splattered chunks of human flesh on the wall, as if in reverence, and opened the large plastic bag fate had bequeathed me. That's gross. There you are, Shig. What on earth kept you? I wasn't the only one waiting, you know. Tish wanted to see you perform too. It's like I said earlier, your acting is always so dazzling and full of life, whether I'm standing right next to you or watching it from afar. Heh, you flatter me. Not at all, I just want you to miss your big chance, you know? I don't want you to miss your big chance. This is a flashback to their school time. I'm sure there's a lot of crap to deal with, but well, I just think there's an equal amount of good that could come off it too. And it wouldn't just be for you, but for those of us who feel energized when they see you act like me. So come on, let's go. I know you can do it. When I was young, I was highly prone to sickness, which resulted in me spending an inordinate amount of time home alone. My parents were so busy they rarely ever had time to see me. So I've learned that when I know my expectations aren't to be met, I'm better off expecting nothing from the very start. This guiding philosophy made it easier for me to cope with the time I was forced to spend by myself, and ultimately, I came to prefer my own company, willfully locking myself away. Generally, when one's child behaves in such a manner, a responsible parent would exhibit some sign of worry. No? But mine did not. My father is a doctor, so his time at home was always at a premium. And in the rare instances we would talk, he would only ask questions of me, as if I were just another one of his patients. To me, he was less a father, and more a physician. I rarely spoke, and I never smiled, and this terrified my mother, whose interactions with me were always tentative and hesitant, as if she were dealing with some rare disease. This environment shaped me into the person I am, a person distrustful of his own parents. The only family member in whom I had full confidence was my grandfather. But after he passed away, I had no one. I withdrew completely until I met Mayu. If I hadn't met her, I may never have known the joys of acting. Let's be together forever, Mayu. You should be here right now, huh? Wait. It's not here. Where could it be? Mayu, your hairpin is missing. Where is it? Where did it go? I frantically searched the immediate area, but I couldn't find it anywhere. Did someone take it? Blast! I'm sorry, Mayu. I know it must be somewhere around here. I'll find it for you. I swear. That's a character we haven't seen for a while. I'm beginning to think I'm the only person still alive in here. It hurts! It hurts! I don't want to die! I don't want to die! Help! Help me! Why me? I did nothing wrong! Again? Die! Everybody just die! Damn it, it's your fault! It's all your fault! The hell it is! You're the one to blame! Everything's all your fault! Mommy! Mom! I can't stop bleeding! I can't stop it! You're the one who climbed up there just because you could. This isn't anyone's fault, I mean, you climbed it too. But we fell before you pulled me. You're the one who pulled. Nuh-uh. Yeah-uh. Children, in reality, are merciless creatures consumed with greed. The way they react when they've been cornered is what truly fascinates me. By the way, this guy's a murdering psychopath. Those who have died and possess no physical body anymore are nothing more than balls of pure malice and regret, unsightly and best avoided. When the spark of life is attached to a body, only then is it able to shine its brightest and appear its most beautiful. I simply have no time for the dead. As I approached the auditorium, I heard a voice echoing from within. Is someone there? I looked inside and saw a young man standing on the stage wearing the uniform of a different school. He held a plastic bag in his hand which seemed to be standing in for a co-star. This night, on northern Polaris, I do vow, its distant glow alighting on thy cheeks. For you my deepest feelings to opine, my heart and soul cast at your worthy feet. 'Twas, as that masquerade, our love didst bloom, without reserve and faceless in our guise. Anon, our families quarrel, but my fate is to be drowned deep in thy endless eyes. So song to song we danced, our warm embrace shook loose the last resistance of our heart. And when our lips exchanged the softest brush, it were a dream surpassing all man's art. Regret I bear for parting there with thee, when all my instinct was to steal away. Beneath night's cover, tarnishing our names, what need have we of names come break of day? This mad desire that burns within my heart eternally, full fit it seems to burst. Mayhap it burst long past, and now I stare upon thee with the eyes of one unmade. Or couldst I fly to thee this very night, yet in my flight perhaps thou wert dismayed. The stars in their high seats burn bright this night, as though the future twixt us now to tell. My heart is restless, stricken with such terror, as visions of our failure might impart. Thou art my greatest love, as blue's the sky, yet fate grips me and thee to drive apart. Wherefore cannot we meet at lovers' meet? Wherefore dost thou our hearts refuse to cross? Answers, I implore you, stars above, why torment'st thou us with thou heart-hard loss? Her hands, her feet, her lips, her being in whole, is perfect, Eden sculpted by God's hand. The lily's purity exposed, laid bare, that predators may force their way within. To call myself a guardian to possess another, as my own desire demands, call it sophistry, or what thou wilt'st, for all else I may be, I'm first a man. And as a man, descent from Adam's kin, the impure flame is kindled here within. Alas, her smile was once enough to sate these demons howling, clawing at my breast. But daily grow these feelings, and those smiles, which once could soothe me, now confer no rest. What matches there for touch, for talk, for taste, to soak thee in like venom through the skin? If sorrow hangs thee, I'll attend thy side. To lift thee up, is wishing such a sin? I'd love thee even if 'twere from afar, or if all men deride me with contempt. If be my hands corrupt, I'll chop them off. If be my tongue corrupt, I'll scoop it out. If my eyes should defile you, out they come. All sense is naught if thou departs from me. On bended knee, I beg of thee to spurn all others who could court you turn in turn. If not, I pray thee one last favour grant. Allow my lips once more to touch thy hand. The man slowly painstakingly dropped to one knee as his soliloquy suggested he would. He began drawing his lips towards the plastic bag until I made him realise he had an audience. Who's there? Not a bad performance. I had no idea you were such a skilled bard. Kizami, was it? You remembered my name. I'm flattered. I never imagined we truly would meet again, however. I suppose Those of us like-minded have a certain bond in here. Don't lump me in with you. I'm not like you at all. Oh? Your knife. It has blood on it. Oh, my. I forgot all about that. That's right. Your interests lie in taking photographs of the dead with your phone, don't they? Sakatura Murashigi from Kisaragi Academy High School, if I'm not mistaken. I see. So you were watching me after all. Far be it for me to criticize your pastime. Getting excited by the sight of corpses is certainly unique. Well, I suppose there's no harm in you knowing. Taboos don't exist in a twisted land such as this. Very true. It's up to each of us to how best we use this time we have left in here. And you choosing to run around killing people with yours? Oh, come now. You speak as if I'm some kind of serial killer, but only kill those who catch my interest. A rose by any other name. I'm sure those who've caught your interest thus far would have no qualms calling you what you are. You speak as if this doesn't concern you. I see. Am I a person of interest then? For your amusements? Let's just say you're a contender. I'm not the only one killing people, you know. And in the end, there's no difference whether you're killed by the living or the dead, is there? In fact, I suspect being killed by the dead is far more brutal experience. Consider, for example, the girl who wore this hairpin in life. That's... Huh? Don't tell me you knew her. Would you give that to me? So this is the memento of the girl you love? No. Then why do you want it? Because... Because? Why should I bother explaining myself to you? I must have struck a nerve as I was suddenly being attacked. Not that you're particularly good at it, though. I had no trouble at all dodging. Watch it now. I wouldn't lunge at a man with a knife if I were you. I tossed the hairpin across the room, then grabbed Murashige's right arm and began to twist it. Let go! That really hurts! But if I let you go, you're just going to attack me again, aren't you? Shut the hell up! Just let go of me! And why would I do that exactly? My prayer's been caught. It would be such a waste if I were to simply open the trap and return it to the wild so soon. I placed the knife against his cheek. Answer my question. The owner of that hairpin. What is your relation to her? Why do I have to answer a question like that? Don't get smart with me. I don't like smart. I twisted his arm even farther. That looks like it must really hurt. Maybe you should hurry up and answer my question. Bastard. Mayu's like a sister to me. We've always been together. Oh, so that paste of a dead girl's name is Mayu then? Mayu's not dead. Huh? Mayu's not dead. She's not! What's so funny? What's so funny? Are you honestly telling me that girl smeared on the wall isn't dead? One little stab in your gut is usually enough to take someone out, you know. Life is fragile enough, even when it's mostly intact, but that's not even recognizably human anymore. How exactly is she not dead? Mayu's alive. I know she is. Shig. I heard her from my phone. I heard Mayu's voice. She's alive, look, she's right there. You telling me that bag? I just couldn't find her hairpin, so for that I'm very grateful. Now, let go of me. Clearly attempting to ignore the pain in his arm, Murashige bent and contorted his body until I could no longer hold on to him, eventually shoving me out of his way. Blood streamed out from the spot on Murashige's cheek where I'd held the knife. It must have dug into his skin a bit during the struggle. With much effort, he stumbled his way over to where Mayu's hairpin had landed. Shit. Now I have all of you. Shig, that's enough. That's enough. I finally found your hairpin. The one you were always wearing. This is absurd. You're just placating yourself, deluding yourself. All you have is a clump of meat you found in the hallway. Did this Mayu ask you to gather her up into a bag? Was that truly what she wanted from you? Be quiet. It's just your demented little way of soliciting forgiveness. You weren't able to protect her, so now you're desperately trying to atone for that. Shut your mouth! You weren't there for her. In her time of need, you basically just let her die. Murashige was trying to look strong and in control up till now, but his cracks were starting to show. They always do, after a time. She probably hates you for it. You are, after all, the man who failed to save her from a gruesome demise. I don't feel that way at all. His ghost is there. I ran into some ghostly children just before coming here, and they were saying some rather hostile things. If their grudges were any indication, then this Mai was likely standing next to you right now, telling you to hurry up and die already. No, that's not true. Shig! You're right. You have to be. I couldn't protect her. I let my precious, precious Mayu die. It's not your fault. It's not your fault! It was. It was all me. I was the one who felt bad for those children and let myself get trapped by them. I was so lonely. So very lonely. I just needed someone to talk to. I should have listened to Shinozaki and Kishinuma. I would have been happy if I'd just been able to see you one last time, though. She meant so much to you, and yet you allowed her to die, all alone? From this point on, you'll need to live with the guilt of that failure until the day you die. Or, you could atone for your sins and take your own life. In which case, I believe I can be of some assistance. Stop! Mayu. I want Shig to live. Don't speak for me, you awful man. You don't know how I feel. Mayu. I loved you, you know? I always want too embarrassed to say it, but if I'd known this, how things would end, I would have... So Mayu's trying to talk him out of it. But he can't hear. Mayu. That's why I don't want you to wind up like I did, okay? Murashige stared at my knife for a time, then reached out and grabbed it. Don't do it, Shig! I'm sorry I couldn't protect you. I love you. And Murashige stabbed himself. And just like that, he stabbed himself in the chest. With what little strength he had remaining, he then pulled the knife from his body. Blood poured from his wound, staining the area around him a deep crimson. And Mayu is very upset. And that's how Murashige really died. Mayu, let's be together. Murashige fell to the floor, his eyes still wide open once more. Murashige fell to the floor, his eyes still wide open once he'd stopped writhing. I slowly walked over to his body. I then removed my knife from his hand and shook the blood from its blade. Death is what divides humans. It returns us all to nothing. It can either bring us eternal peace or eternal suffering. I'm glad this could come in handy. So tragic yet so beautiful was the melancholic waltz we danced here today, Murashige. And Kizami, whatever his name is. What the fuck is his name? Dickhead! Walks off. And I think that's the end of the chapter. Yeah. I guess we should play these to fill in the story, although I suspect they probably won't actually have any actual fucking gameplay at all. This is Extra Chapter 2, Matuba. It was a few days before Ayumi would be released from the hospital. The setting was a dark, palatial chamber. Truly palatial at that, with various paintings and tapestries lining the walls, and ornate, vividly hued candelabras dotting the room, along with a variety of human and animal-shaped objects placed here and there. In short, they were surroundings rife with a sinister and supernatural mystique. Such was the nature of Matuba's tomb, the secret organisation of black magic practitioners to which I belonged. And into those solemn yet stern environs echoed a low, deep female voice. We have determined the whereabouts of our holiest of objects, the grimoire plundered from our hands by those detestable Yagora. There was a slow, heavy cadence to her voice, and a degree of archaism in her speech that perfectly conveyed both authority and experience. This was not someone to be questioned. Surrounding me in this sacred space were numerous shadowy figures, each wearing a black robe. We looked an awful lot like pop culture perception of devil worshippers. Oh, truly? At long last! Damn those Yagora. The Book of Shadows. The weight of this news was evident by the sudden emotional reactions of those around me. I too was wearing the black robe, though the bits of pale skin peeling through would make it easy to pick me out a line-up. Lo, the radiance of our queen hath Lo, the radiance of our queen hath reached mine eyes from the depths of the schoolhouse, manifested by the Nirvana. Just as I predicted. And everyone's really excited. There was a palpable sense of excitement through the chamber. Magari! Magari, come! Okay. I stepped forward. Mistress Magari of the 2nd degree, we place thee in trust of thy mission. Thanks a bunch! The very fate of this, our sacred order of Martuba's tomb, doth depend solely upon the Book of Shadows. Thus must thou useth thy power to receive it forthwith. Huh? By myself? Thou beast the sole master available at this juncture. She was the second right of succession, Azusa Takai, but she always present within the Nirvana. Thou hast to retrieve both the book and the girl. Could this be the girl we saw? Fine. I had no qualms about talking back to our high and mighty leader, but some fights you just can't win. There was no getting out of this one, so I figured I'd just suck it up. We shall keep thee abreast of thy pertinent information. Do not falter. If thou shouldst fail, know thy right of succession shall be revoked. So that's how she ends up going to do this shit. Can I just say, what the fuck is up with her clothing? And just her in general. She seems like completely out of place in this world compared to everything else. Like, she doesn't fit at all. I'm having a quick drink. I found myself in the local park that night. From atop the jungle gym, I contemplated my situation. Why does everything have to suck so much? With my position as successor on the line, I guess I don't really have any choice but to go. But goddamn, heavenly host, why? And to have to go after that fucker Azusa on top of everything else. Where the hell does she get off? I laid myself back onto the steel bars of the jungle gym and gazed up at the sky. The stars were practically bright that night. Where the fuck do they have to die on me? Naho, Sanoki? Naho, bitch, scum, shithead. I could almost make out Naho's wry smile in the sky above, as if she'd somehow become a constellation after her passing. I was supposed to be the one to kill you. I felt alone, unchallenged, and then even the Naho constellation died on me, sliced through by the tail of a shooting star in the night of dark. In the dark of night. Why'd you have to leave me? Aren't I good enough for you? Unfortunately, I was no longer alone. A voice rang out from below me. It was Miss Suto. Hey, long time no see. When I turned to look at him, I saw him standing at the bottom of the jungle gym, waving. I said nothing in response, instead brandishing my scythe and leaping from my perch in one swift motion, hoping to catch him off guard and lop off his damned head. He was obviously ready for me, however, casually stopping my advance with a 500 yen umbrella without once displaying the slightest surprise or strain on his face. Heh. If I had to give him credit for one thing, it would be keeping cool under pressure. My strength is not insubstantial. He had to have been struggling to hold me back, but it didn't show. You're also after the Book of Shadows, aren't you, Miss Fourth in Line? So how about we work together, till one of us gets it? Wait, Masuto's a chick? I thought he was a dude. The scythe and plastic umbrella's frames scraped against one another with an ear-splitting shing. I had every intention of killing him killing him right then and there, and I made no effort to hide it. Masuto, meanwhile, was just smiling back at me, though he had a look in his eyes as well that slightly belied his outwardly nonchalant regard for this battle. His black pupils shone red in the dim light. Finally, we each pushed hard enough that our weapons clashed and deflected one another, putting some distance between us. We'll save this fun for later, persistent Yagora scum. With a flick of the wrist, I shrank my scythe back into portable form and sheathed it, then crossed my arms and smiled. Yeah, there'll be plenty of time for a battle royale later. Guess I'll have to wait till then, because I sure would love to kill you too, Martuba. When this is all over, I'll be sure to watch you take your last breath. If we're going to work together though, we'll need to be on the same page. I believe what we're looking for is the fully intact Book of Shadows, correct? Your holy object with the Nirvana and the core all put right back into some form... I'm sorry, I'll start this sentence again. Your holy object with the Nirvana and the core all put right back into it to form the completed whole as was originally manifested. Masuto pointed his 500 yen umbrella at me. That Nirvana was awakened a long time ago by Yoshi of the Shinozaki lineage, which means the book can't be reformed by anyone but Ayumi Shinozaki, the successor to that line. Masuto huffed derisively. So I plan on sending Ayumi to the Nirvana, to Heavenly Host once more. I'll get her to pay a visit to Makina Shinozaki's apartment. Masuto had her arms crossed as well, This was about as reluctant a truce as they come. Is that so? You do realise that if she dies, there's no one left to replace her? Of course I know that, which is why I'll be supporting her from the shadows, as much of a royal pain in the arse as that is. Okay, you do that. I've got some plans of my own. This hardly counts as working together, you know. It's pretty much just a race to see who gets the book first, and that sure as hell ain't gonna be you Parker freak. Says you, shit bitch. He turned to walk away, but not before chucking a knife in my general direction. It grazed my cheek before embedding itself in the bark of a tree behind me. Though I made absolutely no attempt to dodge it, nor did I allow my expression to change even marginally. Excellent. I smiled widely, drunk on my own insane machinations. The pieces were all falling into place. Are you fucking kidding me? Much later, lying on my back in the bathing area, I thoroughly sliced up the ever-after stones I'd stolen. All the while, a maid was scrubbing me down to get rid of dread skin cells, so I keep on looking pure and lovely. Ouch! The maid just flashed me a smile and continued scrubbing. Book of Shadows aside, I wonder if I can maybe find no. Oh! I say yuck! Boy! What the fuck? That seemed like it might be kind of fuck! The vehement scrubbing was making my body vibrate quite a bit, and between that and my monologuing, I wound up biting my tongue. Immediately I shot to my feet. That's thit! Stop, you piece of thit! I bit my tongue! Not just yet. We still need to wash you down with hot water. I got so much off, you must feel like a new woman. Is my skin squeaky? It is. Prove it! As you wish. Sure enough, when the maid ran her fingers over my body, the resistance they found created a sound not unlike that of a freshly cleaned plate. What the fuck is going on? Wow, not bad for a scrub. Okay then, all is forgiven. God, fucking heavenly host. I fell back on my king-size canopy bed, sprawling out as much as I possibly could. On the floor nearby was a suitcase my butler, Waldo, had prepared for me. Madame. Waldo was always so courteous and always kept an even tone of voice when addressing me. The preparations have been completed. I turned my head and looked down at the suitcase. Ah, damn it all. Guides! I slowly peeled myself off the bed to begin the arduous task of packing for my trip to Heavenly Host. Open and ready for me, the suitcase contained a number of essentials that Waldo had pre-packed on my behalf. This sucks. It's awful. I hate it! There was a canteen, some store-bought sweet buns, a black robe, some candles, matches, a knife, and a few other assorted survival items. This sucks. It's awful. I hate it! Madame, I've also prepared for you some cosmetic water and liquid foundation, along with milk lotion if it's needed. He had 2 large bottles in his hand. I hate it. Of course. And is that it? Yeah, that's it. So that's how she ends up where she is. So she's working... He hates that fucking hoodie guy, but they've got like an alliance getting on to get Ayumi in the school. This is Chapter 4 of Corpse Body Blood Drive, Pillars of the 6 Demons. Aiko! Aiko's run away. I've been wandering around exhausted out of my mind, aimlessly searching every corner of the building for Aiko. Eventually, I wound up in the custodian's closet. It was no use. Aiko was long gone. I was all alone. I'd been in here long enough that I began to worry about my phone battery dying. I didn't want to shut it off completely, but at least I felt it prudent to turn off the screen. What now? If the book isn't here, then what the hell did I get so worked up about? I should never have come. My voice was breaking. I'd more or less given up by this point. My nearly darkened phone screen suddenly lit up again as a call came through. It was Miss Suto. Yo, full of regrets again, I take it? You're pretty pathetic, you know. Well, that didn't take long. I went from relieved to infuriated in a single heartbeat. What the hell is with you? Are you watching me or something? You knew exactly how I was feeling last time you called too. How do you know my moods? Dunno. Just my sixth sense, I guess. And why don't you pick up when I call you? Well, that's an easy one. Because you're a pain in the ass. So, how's everything going? I sighed a little on the inside. It was becoming clearer and clearer that this was just Masuto's way. I tried my best to ignore his abuse and simply answer his question. It's not here. Huh? The Book of Shadows is not here, confirmed by the psychic intelligence girl. That photo was created by someone in the school as a ruse to bring people here from the outside world. It's a fake. You serious? I'm out of options. There are no more leads to follow for resurrecting my friends. Some Shinozaki you turn out to be. Does the bloodline slowly turn to piss with each generation or something? You can't even get your hands on one single Book of Shadows. I'm no longer just embarrassed for you. I'm embarrassed by you. But you said it would be here too, didn't you? So you're a liar. Oh man, that's rich. Nothing I told you's a lie. But if the skin isn't here, that's definitely a miscalculation on my part. The skin? Listen, this dimension represents the Nirvana the Book of Shadows created, right? So somewhere in here you'll find the Nirvana's core. I didn't tell you about this. What does that have to do with anything? If I can't find the book, I can't resurrect my friends. And if I can't resurrect my friends, then there was no point in me coming here. So what are you going to do about it? There's a girl trying to kill me who's acting an awful lot like Sachiko, and I can't take much more of this. Hey, you might want to listen to someone's giving you crucial information, okay? Since the Book of Shadows created the Nirvana's core is made up of its contents. Huh? Find the core somewhere in this dimension, and it's pretty much the same thing as finding the Book of Shadows, meaning you might be able to cast our soul retrieval magic or whatever. So I can still bring everyone back? Yeah, even without the skin, there are still all the internal organs. If the spell's there, you should be able to cast it from the contents alone. My cheeks were on fire. It felt as though all the blood in my body had been pushed up into my head. You've got bigger problems right now, though. There's a situation in here, and you created it, and now you have to take responsibility. Huh? What kind of situation? Something happened at Makina Shinazaki's apartment, right? That girl you came in contact with. The reason she's here now is because you brought something you shouldn't have from Makina's home. You mean the Ever After Stones? No. Some part of a human body, hair, bones, nails. Those 2 baby teeth I'd found. The ones that were stuck in my hand. I figured they must have some kind of meaning, so I wrapped them in tissue and stuck them in my pocket. And I'd forgotten all about them until that very moment. Teeth, huh? Yeah, baby teeth. And I do have them with me right now. The girl you encountered isn't Sachiko. The Martubas were researching this, but apparently there was another girl in Yoshi's womb alongside Sachiko, known as the Vanishing Twin. What? She died inside her mother, basically melted and got absorbed by her younger sister, so they can kind of think of her as Sachiko's unborn older twin. Great. Absolutely fucking wonderful. This was almost too much to process. Never in my wildest dreams would I have imagined something so bizarre. I can think I heard her saying, Sachi. Could that be her name? Sachi, huh? Good a name as any. That's what we call her then, Sachi. You can think of her as a petty spirit from our own world. Nothing more than a mischievous poltergeist at worst, though. Unfortunately, you brought her teeth to Heavenly Host, so now she's managed to give herself a physical form and awaken here. And in doing so, she's basically absorbed the entirety of the Nirvana's power and has gone completely berserk. She doesn't have any higher intelligence functions like Sachiko, though, which means you can't reason with her. She's pretty much pure evil. Worse still, her powers are so strong, the spiritual chaos she's creating is spreading into the real world too, causing all kinds of shit to go down. Probably an unconscious grudge on her part for never having the chance to be born. How did I awaken her? How is that even possible? Why would teeth from a child who was never born even exist? That's a very good point. Obviously something happened at Makina Shinazaki's apartment, though we may never know what. Not worth worrying about right now either. We need to focus on what to do about Sachi. Her power of absorption is enormous, and it's causing Nirvana to shrink, and that's causing the dimensional wall that separates this world from ours to start to break down. The wall between worlds? What happens if it falls? Pretty much what you'd expect. It'd be the end of the world as we know it. If Sachi gets into the real world, the ensuing chaos would be immense. People would go insane and start to kill each other, or themselves. Death would pretty much rule the day. And those who moved on to the ever after would suddenly wake up. The earth would be taken over by vengeful spirits, leaving very little room for flesh and blood stragglers. How does one respond to a claim like that? Especially when the elephant in the room is that this was all my fault. I'd literally be responsible for the end of civilization. was completely speechless, in shock, most likely. All I could do was breathe heavily. My heartbeat was pounding in my ear so loudly that I felt like some part of me was about to snap. I had to say something to keep Masuto on the line. No. That can't be true! 10 out of 10, best response ever. How does it feel, huh? What do you... Bet it feels weird knowing that your actions are going to bring about the end of the world. Seriously, what the hell is your problem? Why would you say that? You're such an ass! I had no idea this could happen. Pfft. Ha! You had no idea? Please. Oh, my stomach! And she's having a meltdown. I couldn't take any more of Masuto's crap. All I could do was scream at him over the phone and hope it hurt his ears or something. If you're frustrated with yourself, then you're that close to snapping, don't. There might still be light at the end of the tunnel. Didn't even faze him. He just kept on talking with that same cocky tone in his voice. The only person you can stop the world from ending is again you. Huh? It was just one sound, but I could barely get it out. I had almost no voice at this point. It was just a mess of tears and confusion. Listen up, okay? You have a new objective. In order to stop Sachi, you have to get this Nirvana moving. For that to happen, you'll need some real divine providence on your side. Divine providence? You seen any pillars since you got here? Pillars? What kind? There was a black object I saw from the window, but I didn't know if that's what he meant. The Nirvana was built out of a bunch of Sephiroth and a bunch of pillars, okay? The pillars are made up of spiritual matter, and honestly, I'm not going to be able to explain it, so you understand. So just know they're called the Pillars of the Six Demons. They should each be located somewhere in this school. And even though they're called pillars, they can really be any shape or size. Pillars of the Six Demons? Just keep listening. The pillars of the six demons that exist here in Heavenly Host represent the north, northwest, the north, northeast, northwest, southeast, southwest, and south directions. You need to release the seal on each of them to complete the hexagram within the school, and you're the only one who can do it since you're a Shinozaki. I'm the only one? But why? Because you're a Shinozaki, and this Nirvana was brought into existence by the Shinozaki bloodline. Yoshi Shinozaki's actions created this mess, so only I could clean it. I considered the responsibility that had just been laid upon me, and unconsciously gripped the hem of my skirt. The power sealed in each pillar is fairly weak, though. But before you ask, so what do I do? That's why you're releasing all six, to gather all the energy into one area. When the hexagram is formed around the core, all the power will crystallize and combine. Then no matter how strong this Sachi is, you should be able to send her back to hell. Why do you know all of this? And why should I believe any of it? Can you show me any proof that any of this is true? Shh. I'd rather not, but fine. I told you where we got here. I'm Yagoro, which means I'm descended from a bunch of shitty spiritual mediums. Specifically, I'm the son of a Shinto priest. My knowledge of the Nirvana and Hell, for that matter, was all beat into me before I even knew how to walk. Yagoro, I do recognize the name. Sis talked about them once or twice. Well, we're kind of up there with the Shinozaki family, which is how I got to know your sister. Oh yeah, you said you were her protege, right? Yeah. Anything more than that? Huh? The fuck are you implying? Don't go making up shit in your head, I swear. If you weren't her sister, I wouldn't even bother with a lost cause like you. Now listen. First thing you gotta do is defeat that spirit. Even if you do manage to find the Nirvana's core, there's not much point in bringing your friends back to a dying world. So your goals here are simple. Protect the world by hurling Sachi back to hell where she belongs. Find the core so you can resurrect your buddies. Think you can handle it? Sure. I mean, maybe I can? I felt like a boat drifting out on the ocean, allowing itself to be carried wherever the wind may take it, whether I wanted to go that way or not. Even with the best plan of attack laid out in front of me, in no uncertain terms I found it difficult to be certain about anything. It was like my willpower had already died. Where are you? I was staring at the odd cube Masato had given me before we jumped here, eyes swollen with tears. Yeah, I'm trying to find you too, but I think we're in different spaces. That's what I was afraid of. Even if I succeeded, how could I get back? Was this basically a suicide mission for me? I didn't want to do any of this. All I wanted to do at the moment was break down and cry. Don't worry though, I'll come and save you. Once we meet up, if everything's taken care of, we can go home together using the Ever After Stones. So take care, okay? Can I really believe that? Yeah, that gem I gave you will react to the pillars of the six demons. So keep an eye on it and you should be able to figure out when you're getting near one. Anyway, good luck. What a dick. Wait. By gem, do you mean... The conversation was over. Great, 10 out of 10. Best helper ever. I stared a little more skeptically at the so-called Argus cube in my hands. Did he know all this was going to happen before we even came here? Damn it. Why does he have to be so cold? And here we are, after a lot of reading there. 46 fucking minutes of reading for me. We are out. Got some matches again. Jesus Christ. What's on the screen, by the way? A face burned into the screen. I don't want to look in the fucking thing, obviously, because that would be bad. I don't know if you guys want me to keep doing the bonus scenarios, but I thought that was some pretty good backstory, especially if you watched my playthrough of the first game as well. That sounded like it was coming from the second floor. Could it be Aiko? I didn't actually hear anything, so I guess I'll just keep looking around here. I guess it won't hurt to like explore everywhere, right? It seems fairly pertinent to do so. Ow. I do that a lot. Oh, I haven't been here before. Go to that tripwire here. Who's this here? Kuso Sagawa. Bled out after straw was tapped directly into heart. This place is so nice. Keep checking through here and see what I can find, really, I guess. I don't know what the benefit of finding all the name tags is, other than, I guess, unlockables and shit, but, you know. Yeah, the school changes. Like, so... I've definitely been in these rooms before, I think. Yes, I think so. Bandage attained. Good, we're getting supplies. Talismans is even more important. Avoiding getting killed by the various fucking shit lying around the school is obviously also important. Run. Something about fucking. I think they can keep chasing me, unfortunately, which is a real problem. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck me. And of course, I'm tired already. She's gonna get me! Or I should have hidden the fucking... There was a fucking cupboard down there, I could have hidden it. I just didn't think about that shit. Oh, I'm getting a phone call. I think that interrupted it. The number you dialed is no longer in service, or the carrier is presently outside the service area. Please try again later. Not gonna go through, huh? We knew it wasn't gonna go through. Why are you making a phone call right now? You were being chased! Jesus Christ, this is like fucking Ghost Central right now. Why are you taking calls? What is it? You making any progress? I finally got through. What's wrong? You lonely? I want to tell you a little bit. I want you to tell me a little bit about my sister. This is hardly the time and place. Okay, but don't stop moving. I'll talk to you while you walk. Huh, that was an overcompensation answer if I've ever heard one. He wanted to talk about Hino just as much as I wanted him to, and I'd be more than happy to play along. That's fine. She was too kind for her own good. Yeah, but she was, but that's one of the things I loved about her. My grandfather was the last surviving member of the Yorigara Society, a family of Shinto priests with spiritual powers. He was the inheritor of the entire order. After the old man and my parents died, I was left all alone. The ones who took me in were the WI, the Wicked Institute, an association dedicated to the worship of spirits. They're a pretty big organisation with branches throughout the world. It was there that Hinoi taught me about nature worship and animism. I gained more knowledge than I knew what to do with, and learned of all the possibilities this world has to offer. And Ayumi, though I absolutely Although I'm absolutely certain it's your fault. Sachi had gotten so strong as she has, another way to look at it is, you're actually saving lives here. If Sachi were left as she was, she'd remained in the real world as an impure spirit, hidden away in the shadows, continuing to kill people in all kinds of fucked up ways forever. The only way to stop her would have ultimately been to do what you're doing right now. Did Miles deceive me? Was this an act of consideration by Misuto? Was he actually being kind to me for once? For the first time since I got here, I actually felt a little hopeful. There was a faint glow within me now, brightening up the darkness around my ever so slightly... So don't let your sister down now. I won't. My reading there was a bit weird. I'm sorry guys, that wasn't perfect. Little shit. Fuck you! Do these things just chase you indefinitely until you get to a save point? Because... someone's going, Tuscadere, stop! Stop! I am dead as fuck, by the way, once I save here. Did I get through? I got another cutscene, holy shit! What the fuck, game? I'm so tired. I leaned against the wall and closed my eyes, and the first thing I saw was Kishinuma's face. Kishinuma. I wonder what he did when he realized I was gone. Shinozaki! Don't go! Shinozaki! He was so desperate to keep me from coming back to this horrible place. The image of him reaching out to me, begging me not to go, was burned into my unconscious mind. I hope he's not hurt. It'll be right, you know? If anything happens, don't hesitate to call me, okay? I'm here for you. And I don't want you blindly rushing into dangerous situations like you did yesterday. I may not be able to offer much, but I'm confident I can at least protect you from harm. Can you really, though? I wasn't mad at him. He tried his best. But this whole situation was just unreal. I didn't think he really knew what he was saying when he claimed, it'll be alright. Hi, Yoshiki. Kishinuma? Shinozaki? Thank God, I was beginning to worry my luck could run out and I'd never see you again. Isn't that a toilet? No, why? Did you actually come here for me? I could barely contain the joy and relief I felt as having Kishinuma by my side once more. I tried to express it as concern, but I couldn't really fake it very well. Damn it, yeah, and I've been searching like mad for you this whole time. I was so happy to see him I couldn't hold back my tears. They poured down my cheeks in streams. Never would I have ever expected myself to regard Kishinuma as a shining beacon of hope in this dark, gloomy place. You're such a dumbass. Anyway, caution to the wind. No regard for consequences. I have to admit, I wasn't expecting to be insulted right off the bat. It kind of shocked me. You just leap right in without taking even a moment to look around first. The hell are you? A cat? Well, you were the one who threw stones out the damn window. I wasn't about to take this sitting down. If he was going to fire at me, I was going to fire right back. And I'm not a dumbass. The other guy was kinder to me than you, Kishinuma. The one in the parka? Yeah. Hey, Shinozaki. What do you think would happen if you died? Died here, I mean. Like Shinohara and Suzumoto. If your existence were erased from the world. Can you even imagine how sad that would be? His voice was cracking and his lips were trembling. He wasn't asking about how my death would affect me. He was asking about how it would affect him. My eyes widened and glazed over yet again as I realized what he meant, and why he was saying this. I'm sorry. But listen, okay? In order to... Oh, fuck. What the fuck is that? Hi. Crap! He's here! You need to run, Shinozaki! I'd love to stay and chat, but I need to take care of this. Go! Get the hell out of here! What? Huh? Just go, damn it! Who the fuck is that? Damn it, how strong is this thing? What are you doing? Go! But I don't want to see any more friends die, okay? If that Parker guy is being good to you, then that's great. I don't care if I'm the one to protect you as long as you're safe. Now go already. And don't die. What should I fucking do? Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to press that! Oh, we both go. We both go. I don't want to see you die either, you know, and I resent being made to feel the same way you do. Shinozaki. Oh, it's the fucking thing from the fucking science lab. Shit, he's coming! Alright, you win. We run together. Come on, Shinozaki. Oh, we're so fucked. We're so fucked. I think we just lost all our shit there, right? Where the fuck am I going? This fucking ghost won't fuck off! Shit, he's still after us? Kishinuma, downstairs, quickly! I'm sure I'm gonna die here. Oh, I'm playing as Kishinuma now. Okay, damn, he's really persistent. Kishinuma, there, we can hide in that cabinet. Got it. Get in there, get in there, get in there, both of you. Get rid of these fucking ghosts as well. We got away with it, right? It looks like we lost him. Thank you. Same to you. Thanks. I think we might be out of talismans, though. Yeah, he walked away that way, okay. We're not going that way! Can't believe that anatomical model is still up for its old tricks, even after losing its master. That was a close one. Oh, Shinozaki, do you have those stones? No, Masuto has them. We got separated as soon as we arrived. Kishinuma looked stunned by this news. Not that I could blame him. Seriously, gah! He put his palm to his forehead and stretched his hair for a moment, clearly considering his options. Actually, Kishinuma, how were you able to get here? We only ever had one pair of Ever After stones, didn't we? Oh yeah, it's kind of a long story. The gist of it is that Aiko girl had another pair of them squirreled away. Aiko? I'm burning! That's how you got here? Not exactly. There was another girl who stole the stones from Aiko at the exact moment she teleported, and I kind of forced myself here along with her. But when I came to, I was alone. So the other girl is also here in Heavenly Host then? Yeah, most likely. Those stones are the real deal, so if I'm here, then she's got to be too. I think her name was Magari? Magari? I kind of not run into her again. She seems like she's bad for our health. Well, I guess that doesn't really matter, huh? She's got the stone, so without her, we may as well not have any way... She's got the stone, so without her, we may not have any way of getting back home. Our options are either to find that Masuto guy, or like to sneak up on Magari and take her down, I guess. So, what's the deal on your end? Well, first of all, I have to find Aiko, but then, also, I have to save the fucking world. I brought him up to speed on everything that had happened since my arrival in Heavenly Host, and he filled me in on his encounter with Magari and the events leading up to it. Most notably, however, I explained my mission to him in as much detail as I could, and told him everything I knew about the Pillars of the Six Demons, and about Sachi. hell, Sachi? Sachiko had an older sister? And she may actually be more dangerous than Sachiko we knew. Since this one can't even be reasoned with. I've been reading for an hour, guys. I'm getting tired. Damn, that's bad. Oh, well, anyway, that was interesting. There's really more cutscenes right now. This was like the perfect place to stop. I'm beat. Shiki man, where did you go? Polonia Academy was a bust. His workplace was a bust. He wasn't at home. And I couldn't even go through to Shinizaki's phone at all. Where are those two? What's happening to them? As I walked past the convenience store, my eyes were instantly drawn to a couple of bold-faced headlines prominently displayed in the window. Another bizarre death, and the ghost right beside you, and these were sports rags. And what the hell is going on in the world right now? As I turned the final darkened corner of my home, I found another mystery waiting for me. Obvious bodyguards in black suits stationed at either corner of the house. What's going on? I recognise that one. He's the same guy who brought me the lunch on the school roof, I think. I'm home. Well, welcome back. Huh, Miss Kwan? This was too weird. But before I had time to process the situation, my sister chimed in as well. Welcome home, big brother! Miss Kwan is a really kind teacher, huh? Yuka. Yuka was now standing right up against Miss Kwan, clasping onto her arm. Welcome home, Satoshi. Miss Kwan really is a wonderfully kind teacher, isn't she? Mom? Again, before I had time to really process anything, my mum appeared from behind the two, a cheerful grin on her face and a spoon dangling from her mouth. Welcome home, Satoshi. Naomi! My mum, my sister and Naomi were all gathered tightly around Miss Kwan, as if she were their leader, and they were squadron. This was all just too surreal. Miss Kwan, what's going on? Right. Rather than have Nakashima stay with me the whole time, I thought it would be beneficial for her to visit, since you all seem to get along with her so well. I don't mind. Come on, here. Yay! Ha 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 ha. I turned around to an image of Naomi looking at the happiest I'd seen her in months, with Yuka sitting on her lap triumphantly. I see what you mean. Now dinner's ready, so go wash your hands. We have curry tonight. It made sense, but it still wasn't entirely satisfied with Miss Kwan's explanation. I didn't dislike her, far from it, but it genuinely bothered me to see my mum and my sister just give in to the stranger they'd only just met. And a few minutes later at the dinner table, things only got more awkward. Alright, Satoshi, say ah! Miss Kwan's cheeks swelled up like a chipmunk, and she was inappropriately close to me. This was officially well past the point of being too weird. We were in uncharted territory. Huh? Food needs to be chewed 100 times, you know. The saliva from chewing helps break it down, soothing the throat and even the vocal cords. So I pre-chewed this for you. Now say ah. I'll pass. I think you should swallow that yourself. Also, you're a little too close. I stuck my palm out in a universal stop gesture as politely as I could and refused her generous offer. Are you sure? Alright, I'm a fast chewer, you know, so I simply thought it might be more sense to give you the bite and save you the hassle. Mother birds and the chicks do it all the time. This is fucking weird. No, I can chew on my own, thanks. I'm human after all. And in what word does this make more sense? As you wish. Here's an unchewed dish for you then. Please do enjoy. Hesitantly, still reeling from what I almost fed a moment ago, I took a bite of Miss Kwan's homemade curry. I will say it's good. And then they had sex. After dinner, Naomi returned with Miss Kwan to her faculty house, giving me a chance to finally feel like I was actually home, but gratitude was still very much out of the question. Yuka, oh dear, did you have another accident in the bathroom? I'm sorry, I'll clean it up. Is everything okay, Yuka? She just wet herself again. Only a little bit, though, this time. I'm sorry. How the fuck old is she? It's not your fault. Even the doctors at the hospital were stumped after all. I just hope the medicine they prescribed has some effect. Every one of us who made it back from Heavenly Host experienced some sort of physical change. Guess it's all just a side effect of going through that hell. Okay. That's the way she's being herself. That night, I gazed at the moon from my window while checking in with Naomi over the phone. Is everything okay over there, Naomi? I guess. Miss Kwan's house is really big and she's really sweet, but... Yeah, Miss Yui. I miss her too. Uh-huh. Naomi's voice sounded distant for a moment, a little nasally. It was obvious she was getting China choked up, and she wasn't the only one. I missed all our departed friends, but at the same time, I also felt kind of guilty about it, now that we'd spent some time with Miss Kwan. Other people had taken the place of Miss Yui, Shinohara, Suzumoto, Murashiki, and in this world, these people are as real as they can be, living their own lives. The more time we spend here, the harder it is to rationalize that the world we knew before is the correct timeline. What gives us the right to decide which world, which set of lives is more proper? So Satoshi, what about Kishinuma and the class rep? Wish I knew. I looked all over, but Ishiki was nowhere to be found. I tried calling Shinozaki too, but no luck. The call wouldn't even go through. Man. Tomorrow morning, first thing, I'll head over to Yoshiki's place again. Okay, and I'll stop by the class rep's house before school. Sound good? Thanks. Anyway, it's getting late. You should get some sleep. Yeah, you're right. Good night! After hanging up, I continued to stare at the moon. It's like I was transfixed. And for a split second, I could have sworn it turned jet black, just as it might appear during a lunar eclipse. I rubbed my eyes and took another look, but it was fine now. The shadow cast over it that I thought I'd seen was nowhere to be found. You ready to go? We shouldn't stay here much longer. Well, at least those ghosts from before have fucked off. Let's get back up to the save point, and hopefully this is a good place to end this rather long video. Got a big chunk of the game done though there, including the bonus chapters, so that's good. We made it. Do a lot of stuff here. I hope we can find some more talismans and stuff, because those ghosts, I'm pretty sure they wrecked us. They were like... I need to learn to hide a lot more, I feel. I think that's one of the main problems I have. Anyway, Chapter 4 has been saved, and I guess I'll see you guys really fucking soon for more Corpse Party Blood Drive. Have a great fucking day. Bye for now.